Welcome to Star TV on World Sports Today. I'm Sarah Kamara presenting, together with my colleague, that is Ibrahima Campo Jata. Today on World Sports, we'll be looking at so many important things, especially in the Gambia. We'll be focusing our attention on a statement written by Daudaba on the Facebook page. As you already know, he wants Gambian people to give him a chance to coach either the under-23 or the under-20, that is in the year 2020. We'll be giving you more details on that. And then we also will be taking a closer look at Real Madrid. As you already know, there's a new king, and his name, of course, is Vinicius. We'll be also giving you more details on that. We'll be giving you the preview of the CAF Confederation Cup and some other international stories involving Jose Mourinho, Aaron Ramsey. We also be looking closely at the transfer window, but we also be focusing our attention on Formula One together with tennis, and then we'll be looking at Serena Williams. We also be looking at match fixing in tennis, and then we also be looking at gambling. As you already know, it has been revealed that it's one of the highest addiction. We'll be talking about all those things right here on World Sports. Well, let me just welcome my guest, that is Ibrahima Campo Jada. Campo, welcome to World Sports.
Thank you very much, Sarah, and good evening to wonderful viewers that are watching us live here at Star TV.
Okay, thank you very much, Campo. First, let's just go on to the details regarding former Gambian player Daudaba. According to his Facebook page, he posted there that, hello Gambians, he want to take one big step, in life, that is in 2020. He want Gambian people to give him a chance to take the under-20 or the under-23, and according to him, he is ready, and he's not asking for any penny, he's not asking for money, just a chance to change things, which Allah help, according to him. He said he's already secured his coaching diploma. He said that he know how to develop young players, and he believed that it is hard to get to the top, but with faith and hard work, nothing can stop him, nothing can stop you. So he's not asking for any money, he just need a chance to pick his players, make his own decisions, and if something goes wrong, then they can sack him, but he know that he can make a difference, which Allah help. So please, he's calling on all Gambians to give him a chance, so that year 2020, if he is still alive, inshallah, he will be able to coach either the under-20 side or the under-23. We'll be talking about it right here on World Sports. Let's just give you a quick preview of the CAF Confederation Cup. As you already know, the CAF Confederation Cup playoff kickoffs on Friday, with big guns relegated from the Champions League seeking to atone for their exit. Zambian Giants, Ngakana FC, will be banking on home advantage when they host San Pedro of Ivory Coast on Saturday. Elsewhere, defending champions Raja Casablanca will be in Namibia to take on unpredictable African star. It will be a tricky task for the Moroccans, who face a side that lost to South Africa's Orlando Pirates in the UEFA in the Champions League rather earlier on. In another match, Egyptian Giants Zamalek gets ready to face Etihad Tanger of Morocco, while Egyptians are seeking to leave a mark in this tournament after failing to qualify for the Champions League from their domestic league. Another Moroccan side, that is RSB Brecken, travel to Giraffe of Senegal in Bamako. Stade Malien will host Angolan giants Petro Atletico in what promised to be a stormy affairs. Ethiopian side, Jima Kenema, who were booted out of the Champions League by Al Ahly, will host Hassania Agadir. That is the preview of the CAF Confederation Cup. Another important stories in Europe now, where the Mundo Deportivo reports that Frankie de Jong has finally agreed terms with Barcelona, according to reports, while sports reports Adrian Rabiot move to the club now looks uncertain. Yes, to Barcelona is what is quoted, on the front pages of the Mundo Deportivo. So read the front page headline of Catalan daily Mundo Deportivo this Thursday, which reported Ajax starlet Frank de Jong has given a yes to Barcelona. The news follows reports earlier this week that Dutch international has agreed financial terms with Barcelona and has chosen the La Liga champion over Paris Saint-Germain, who were also vying for his signature. What remains now is for an agreement to be set in place between Barcelona and Ajax, whose sporting director Marc Overmars has asked for 75 million euros for the 21-year-old, a figure which Paris Saint-Germain were reportedly willing to pay last month, according to media reports. Now over to the Santiago Bernabeu from the Catalan side. At the Santiago Bernabeu in Madrid, one of the real surprises of Julian time in charge of Real Madrid was lack of minutes given to Vinicius. Yet, as of Wednesday evening, the Brazilian is the new king of the Estadio Santiago Bernabeu. A run of 2 consecutive starts on the Santiago Solari has shown Real Madrid supporters just what the former Flamengo youngster is capable of, and from the very first pass played by the teenager on Wednesday evening, there was a special connection between the player and his adoring public. Mourinho rules out a return to management at Benfica following Manchester United sacking. The Portuguese has no intention of heading back to his homeland just yet, but his options are being kept open as he awaits on enticing coaching offers. Jose Mourinho has ruled out a return to management at Benfica, with the Portuguese not intending to head back to his homeland after being dismissed by Manchester United. The Red Devils informed the 55-year-old that his services were no longer required at Old Trafford on December 18. Another interesting story is Aaron Ramsey, Juventus leading the race to sign the Arsenal and Wales midfielder. Juventus are leading the race to sign Arsenal midfielder Aaron Ramsey when his contract expires at the end of the season. The 28-year-old current preference is to join the Italian champions, but contrary to some reports, he has yet to make final decision and will continue to consider offers from a number of European leading clubs, according to report. It's understood that his boyhood dreams was to play for Barcelona, but despite preliminary talks, that option will not be pursued. An offer from Paris Saint-Germain is thought to carry great appeal, while there is also interest from Real Madrid, Bayern Munich, and then Inter Milan. Now on to the transfers. Chelsea hoping for Silva Morata swap, according to report. Chelsea are hoping to land Andre Silva, who is starting at Sevilla on loan from Milan. According to the Sun, Sevilla will refuse to let Silva go unless they have a replacement, and Chelsea are hoping to send Alvaro Morata on loan to the Andalusian club to complete the deal. So Sevilla land Morata, they would send Silva back to Milan, who would sell the Portuguese star to the Blues. Andre Herrera will sign a new contract with Manchester United, according to the Sun newspaper. The midfielder deal is set to expire at the end of the current season, but he has been convinced to stay by caretaker manager Ole Gunnar Solskjaer. Meanwhile, Manchester United centre-back, according to reports, Manchester United are in for a centre-back that is not a person other than Koulibaly, but according to reports, Manchester United won't sign Koulibaly in January. The centre-back is reported open to a move to Old Trafford. Manchester United have accepted they will likely have to wait until the summer to sign Napoli centre-back Kalidou Koulibaly, according to ESPN. Watford forward, that is Stefano Okaka, has moved to Udinese until the end of the season. The 29-year-old has struggled for game time at Vicarage Road this campaign and will hope to get more minutes during his short spell in Serie A. According to reports, Toulouse defender Jean-Claire Todibo has signed for Barcelona on a free contract. The youngster contract is set to expire this summer, meaning he will join the reigning La Liga champions on July 1st. An official statement from the club stated that Todibo is a tall, right-footed defender who can play at centre-back and also in the centre of midfield. At just 19 years of age, the young talent comes to FC Barcelona as one of the most promising players in European football in his position. Still on the transfer, Inter are not pursuing Dutch winger Arjen Robben, according to sports media set. Robben's contract at Bayern is set to expire at the end of the season, and the Nerazzurri were rumoured to be keen on a 34-year-old player. However, a deal to bring him to San Siro appears unlikely, the Italian outlet claims. Meanwhile, Arsene Wenger has been approached over the possibility of coaching the Qatar national team, according to France Football. The former Arsenal manager has been linked with several clubs, chiefly Bayern Munich, since ending a 22-year association with the Gunners at the end of last season, but has previously expressed a desire to coach a national side. Qatar hoping for a big-name manager to ensure the country has the best possible chance of doing well when they host the World Cup in 2022, and Wenger would be a major coup ahead of a showpiece event, according to reports in Qatar. Another interesting story in the transfer is Barcelona open to selling Malcolm. Barca are open to the idea of letting Malcolm, despite having just signed him in the summer, but only if they can make a profit from the deal, according to Mundo Deportivo. The La Liga leaders are aware of interest in Brazilian winger, but have not received any formal offer yet. Lazio have expressed an interest, but a mammoth bid from China is more likely to exceed the 41 million euros fee they shell out on him just a few months ago. Tottenham Hotspur accepted a bid of £9 million from Beijing Shinobu Guang for Moussa Dembele, according to Sky Sport. The Belgian midfielder is currently sidelined with an ankle injury, but had made 13 appearances for Spurs in all competition before suffering the problem. Meanwhile, Cesc Fabregas has agreed a 3-year deal with Monaco, but whether he moves in January or at the end of the season will be decided by Chelsea's ability to find a replacement for him, according to Sky Sports. The Spaniard left the field against Nottingham Forest looking emotional in what seemed to be a final appearance in English football, but he may yet be needed if the Blues are unable to sign a midfielder this month. Meanwhile, Jerome Boateng has ruled out the possibility of a transfer away from Bayern Munich this January, despite speculation linking the club with a move from Atletico Madrid defender Lucas Hernandez, who can play as a left back or centre back, and his own mixed form. The 30-year-old is determined to stay at Bayern. Boateng started 11 or 17 possible Bundesliga games in the first half of the season as Bayern rotated him, Mats Hummel and Niklas Solly at centre half. Trabzonspor's president Ahmed has denied rumors that Liverpool have launched a bid for Abdulkadir Omar. The Reds have been linked with a man dubbed as the Turkish Messi, and the attacking midfielder has registered 2 goals and 4 assists in 16 league appearances this season. However, it appears that no concrete approach has been made for the teenager as yet, as interest grows in the Mazi dribbler. Meanwhile, Arsenal to beat Manchester United and AC Milan to Crasco signing. The Belgian international Yannick Crasco is keen on the move to Arsenal, claims Sky Italia. A 25-year-old has attracted interest from Manchester United and AC Milan, but Crasco has reportedly given his approval on a move to the Emirates. The former Atletico Madrid man joined Chinese side Jialian Yifang last year, but appears ready to return to Europe. On Arsenal also, the potential arrival of Denis Suarez could lead to Mkhitaryan departure from Arsenal, according to the Sun newspaper. Mkhitaryan, Trinidad, is currently sidelined with a metatarsal fracture and has been criticized at times by Ghana supporters for lack of influence on games. Suarez, like the Armenian, can play as an attacking midfielder or out wide, and 25 represent a more long-term option on his contract. And still now on the transfers, Chelsea target Karim Benzema. The Frenchman could be on his way to London to replace Morata. Chelsea are keen on the move for Real Madrid striker Karim Benzema, according to the Mirror newspaper. 31-year-old has notched 7 goals and 3 assists in his 18 La Liga appearances so far this season, and some bookies have suspended betting on the striker move to Stamford Bridge. The Blues are hoping to replace Alvaro Morata, who will look sort of confident despite scoring twice against Nottingham Forest in the FA Cup, and the Spaniard has been linked with a move to Sevilla. Meanwhile, on Manchester United, regarding Paul Pogba, Ole Gunnar Solskjaer is optimistic regarding the chances of having a World Cup winning midfielder available to him for a trip to Wembley Stadium. Pogba is making positive progress in his recovery from a minor knock, which Ole Gunnar Solskjaer hoping to have him available for Manchester United trips to Tottenham Hotspurs. The World Cup winning midfielder was caught by a high tackle from Jonjo Salvi during a recent victory over Newcastle. He suffered enough damage to keep him out of an FA Cup third-round clash with Reading. Now, away from football, into Formula One, where we have Valtteri Bottas must match the performance of his teammate, that is Lewis Hamilton, in the 2019 Formula One season to keep his Mercedes race seat for 2020, says Mercedes boss Toto Wolff. Bottas has a poor 2018 campaign where, despite a strong start, he ended up failing to win a race while his teammate Hamilton captured the world title. The pressure is on for Bottas as Mercedes have an obvious replacement in reserve, Esteban Ocon, who will be looking to get a racing seat. But Wolff believe that one of the key reasons Bottas failed to perform in 2018 was bad luck, which included him losing a victory in Baku when he ran over debris on track. However, Wolff has made it clear to Bottas that he needs to up his game if he is going to continue to drive for Mercedes. Meanwhile, on gambling, McGee spent 2 years working closely with two groups of football supporters aged 18 and 35 in Bristol and Derry, recording their gambling habits in depth. In a recent research funded by the British Academy, his findings shared exclusively with the Guardian newspaper include some of the young men telling him they can no longer watch a football match unless they have multiple bets on it. Commonly, they have up to 25 accounts registered with online betting companies, and their football conversations with mates are all about betting rather than the game itself. A total of £14.4 billion was lost by people betting in the UK from April 2017 to March 2018, according to official figures produced by the Gambling Commission, an increase from £13.8 billion the previous year. Of that total, £5.3 billion was lost gambling online, and 12.8% increase on the previous year. And then in Spain, the Spanish police have broken a tennis match fixing ring that is alleged to involve nearly 30 professional players, including one who played in the last US Open. The Guardia Civil said on Thursday that 83 people were implicated in the racket, among them 28 players in the ITF features and challenges category. According to the force, those responsible for the alleged fraud were engaged in bribing professional players in order to profit from bets placed on fixed matches. And finally, still on tennis, all eyes on Serena Williams, who won the Australian Open when 7 weeks pregnant in 2017 and needs one more major to draw alongside Margaret Court at top of the all-time list on 24. As the women's draw was made on Thursday, she has a gentle opener against unseeded German Tatjana Maria, but could play world number one Simona Halep in the fourth round and is in the same half as Naomi Osaka, who beat her in the finals of the US Open in September. Those were some of the major stories on world sports on Star TV. And now we just look at some of these stories in details as we discuss with them with our sports analyst, pundit, that is Ibrahima Campo Jata. Campo, as just mentioned earlier regarding the Daudaba story, we've just seen recently Daudaba have posted, something on his profile page on Facebook that he would like to, coach Gambia, that he wants Gambians to give him the chance, to coach the team, that is the under-20 or the under-23, because he already got his coaching diploma, and he is ready in the year 2020, inshallah, if he's given the chance. And he's not asking for penny, he's not asking for any amount of money. He's a former Gambian player. Very interesting.
Very interesting for a former Gambian international player, that is Daudaba. Yeah, but currently, yes, he had, that's his own opinion, because he has studied in UK and have his diploma in coaching, UEFA coaching licensing level B. But it's too early for him. But although he has been in Gambia, but he has not been staying in Gambia. His entire life he spent it in England. Remember, he was part of the England under-17 alongside with Wayne Rooney. But later, the lack of performance and injury also caused him to lose his England caused him to lose his starting place in the England under-17 and the under-20. And then later he moved to other club. Then later he decided to play for Gambia. But currently, you have to come to Gambia and sit and study and also try to coach fourth or second division. but just to jump and straight go to the
okay, you want him to get experience,
experience from the
coaching Gambian football,
players,
starting with the
players,
starting with the
local
division
players,
clubs.
Yeah, you know, like coaching Real de Bani or coaching Amfosi or coaching Steve Vigo or coaching others, but just to jump from there and direct to come to the national team, definitely, it's absolutely different. And also, he's also attaching himself to a club in England, maybe being an assistant coach or being a technical director or being a logistic guy in the docker to understand. But just to jump like that to come and coach the Gambia under 20 or under 23. Yes, it's a dream come to coach your own national team. Everybody would love to.
Yeah, but don't do that. It's also good, you know, for us, for the country to give chances, you know, also, you know, to our former, you know,
players. Yes, there's a come, boy. It's not only China, but that have been even this guy, you know, it's Daudaba. Yeah, it's Daudaba. Daudaba is a very good player. I know him very well because I have been playing in Hawks before moving to Germany. But definitely he should also come and at least coach Hawks because he's a former Hawks player. Yeah, he's to come and Hawks give him chance to manage Hawks and do wonders there. From there, the federation can pick him there. Yeah, we will attack you to the national team, be the assistant of Matar or be the assistant of Omar Sisi. So it will be a very good move for him. But just to jump direct to coach the national team like that, no, it's going to be very difficult.
And among, opinion? Yeah, and among the interesting things that he just mentioned, that he's not asking for a penny. He's not asking
for money. Because he got the money, but
and then he wants that, okay, if he is, you know, appointed as coach of either the under 20 or the under 23, let him have his freedom, you know, to choose the players, make his own decisions, because according to him, he can develop, you know, young players.
Because if you know the players here in the Gambia, but no coach will come and say that I want to do work for free. Just for starting, yeah, you maybe if you get the money because he's a former professional and he get the money and he will definitely use his own resources to try and pump his money in the team. But no coach will work for free. It's just a strategy. It's just a strategy that he's saying. But no coach in this world will learn to work for free. But definitely now it depends on the federation whether they're going to give him a chance to coach the Gambia under 20 in 2020. But for me, when I'm going to advise him, let him come and coach the first and second division to know the players inside and outside. For now, you think it's too early for him? It's too early for him. Yeah. He's going to just jump without coaching any team in this world. Just jump and come and coach the national team like under 23. For example, almost he was coaching in America. He was coaching in Bangladesh and people in clubs and they invited him here to coach the under 20 and he have proved himself. But just on the last days, he couldn't make it against Guinea-Conakry. Then they give him another chance and the local team. He went with Ghana. We all know what happened. Then they also give him chance against Morocco. He had beaten out Morocco twice and draw twice. So the same thing Daudaba should do, but just to jump like that and come. Because there are many Gambians that have the A lines in and B line, like Idris Sonko, like Kemo Sisi and others. They all have this B lines, but they have to come and attach themselves to a club. So from there, the federation can see their work and give them the national team, but not just to jump like that. Because we have like Bojan having there, having given chance because having coaching the first division, Steve Vigo for almost a decade, but they give him the chance to coach the under 17 and attack him to the national under 23 alongside with Omar Sisi, alongside other coach. But he attack himself to a first division team or second division team. But to say, yeah, I want to coach the national team like that, I think the federation will never do that. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Now away from the Gambia, now over to Europe, just to Catalonia, where we've seen the Mundo Deportivo reports that Frank de Jong has finally agreed terms with Barcelona. He is a player who was wanted by, you know, a lot of, you know, big elite clubs, you know, in Europe. Yeah, a lot of clubs like RealMadrid, Barcelona, Manchester United, PSG. He has been absolutely a great player for the Dutch side. That is Ajax have been absolutely great because of I watched this guy playing against Man City, pushing him, but he was absolutely amazing player. And even for Holland, currently he's still some of the brightest youngsters in Holland. 21 years old, he has been fantastic, scoring goal, assisting. So dream come true if he have to play for Barcelona. Because remember, Barcelona also have the same style of play with Ajax. Because if you look at their youth system, Ajax, they have the best youth system in Europe alongside Football Club Barcelona. So he will definitely adopt the style of Football Club Barcelona. But is it the right choice? Because looking at, you know, Barcelona, they have very talented midfielders. And at the end of the day, you know, he will be fighting. You know, for a place. He will fight for first place. He's not going just
because
directly.
I was thinking that rather than move to Barcelona, why not move to
PSG,
Paris Saint-Germain? They're in need for midfielders. Manchester United, they're in need for midfielders.
Maybe they have. But remember, Barcelona and Holland, Barcelona and Ajax have a very good rapport. They have a very good connection. Remember, many Dutch players were playing for Barcelona. Remember the time of Van Gaal, you have 7 players from Holland that are playing for Football Club Barcelona. So they have that belief and that culture that we live. Barcelona's style of play is similar to Ajax. So moving to Ajax, moving from Ajax to go to Barcelona is easy as ABC. But it's very. We're not going to have a first play. Look at Maicon. Maicon is still now struggling. Barcelona have a lot of youngsters that are struggling to get in the first team. So although you have to have the patience and prove himself that he's the right man to start and show the coach that he's mentally fit and mentally sound to the public too. But it's going to be very difficult. But his dream come true. He's absolutely a great player. Even big teams in Europe are searching for his signal. But he finally decided to go to Football Club Barcelona. Yeah.
Okay, to the other side of Spain, that is Madrid at the Santiago Bernabeu, a new king is born.
Vinicius yesterday scoring 2 goals against Luganes. It's a local derby in Madrid. After Madrid losing against Real Sociedad, they bounced back in the Copa del Rey, and he was the man of the match yesterday, and he's assisted and scored a fantastic goal. So they have to name him the new king of Madrid because currently Madrid are struggling because of that's why they did not sign Neymar, because he has the same style of playing of Neymar. Because I watched this guy when he was playing for Flamengo. He was absolutely a great player, and he seek advice for other players before moving to Real Madrid. Real Madrid is a great club, so you have to take your time. And remember, a coach like Lopetegui was not giving me a chance, but when Santi Solari come, he gave me a chance, and the coach also is and the player also is saying the coach that he's the right guy at the right place, because he's definitely not disappointing the coach and not disappointing the fans. He's showing the coach that he's mentally fit and showing the coach the fans that he's mentally sound, and he know what he's doing.
To step up,
before the
step of Cristiano Ronaldo.
No. It's going to be very difficult, sir. It's going to be very difficult. Just because Cristiano Ronaldo is a special player, but this Vinicius have a young future. Absolutely, and have a future for Real Madrid and future for Salsao, that is the Brazilian national team. But currently he cannot fit the full step about Cristiano Ronaldo. It's too early. The boy is absolutely a great player, but currently
it's too early for him. Jose Mourinho ruled out, returning to Benfica following his sacking at Manchester United. We also seen rumors linking him, with Real Madrid. He even said something about Real Madrid on the Marca newspaper. Mourinho, Real Madrid. Real Madrid fans, most of them are not in for. If you look at the Marca comments, most of the fans are not in for Mourinho returning, back at Real Madrid. But Mourinho is a coach that you cannot write off. He's one of the most successful coaches, in this world. Real Madrid right now, they are really struggling. We all know that. And then they needed a coach who will come, at least, uplift their status a little bit. And maybe Florentino Perez, who is, is an admirer of, Jose Mourinho, would, like to trust him again.
Yeah, Mourinho once said that when he's going to Portugal, he's going to coach the national team, but not to coach club side. He don't want to be rival team with Porto, because remember, Porto give him everything. Although he was in Benfica as a translator for Sir Bobby Robson. That's why he started saying that I want to be a coach. But going back to Portugal to coach Benfica and to rival FC Porto is going to be a nightmare for him. That's why he ruled himself out that he's not going to manage Benfica. But he's not ruling his out coming back to management. And currently, we all know that Florentino Perez have a good relationship with Jose Mourinho. We all know that, because Florentino once said, if it is up to me, you will still not remain in Madrid. But Madrid is governed by seven board members, and that 7 members, 5 of them were saying Mourinho must go. Then Florentino Perez will have the power. Then he have to release him. But remember, the fans also, some of the fans will not love to have Mourinho, because remember when Mourinho was there, he was having quarrel with the players. The dressing was not good. Casillas, Pepe, Sergio Ramos, and Cristiano Ronaldo. So that was the main problem. That's why the president have to leave and tell him that you have to go. But what you mentioned there, he's among the best coach in the world of football. He won everything that has to be won in the world of football. So he has to change his attitude, trying to point out fingers on players if you do a mistake. But a manager should definitely come out. If your player do mistake, you will come and show him the support and tell him that what he did is good. Always bagging the player, because players always back them managers too. Like Jurgen Klopp, look at the way he have commented on his play. He make friends to all his players, the same as Pep Guardiola. But Jose Mourinho don't have that type of style. He will just complain and blame you.
But will the Madrid board approve,
No,
Mourinho coming back?
It depends on the 7 board of Madrid. But if you left to Florentino Perez, definitely he is coming back to Madrid. Definitely, but it depends on the other board members, because the fans cannot decide. Yeah, because of although it's a community-based team, Madrid, but the fans don't have the final say. It's the board members. But I believe with Florentino Perez, yeah, Mourinho can come back, but it's going to be difficult because currently Real Madrid are trying to use their former players to coach Real Madrid. Like Zidane have a very successful spell. Yeah, spell there 3 years in a row, winning the Champions League, unthinkable. Nobody thought that he will do that. Then Raúl is now coaching the youth team, and this guy Xavi Alonso also is coaching the youth team too, and Guti was also coaching this second team too. So I don't believe Jose Mourinho will come to Real Madrid in the end, but maybe you never know. You want to rule out anything.
You never know. Football is very funny.
Yeah, football is very funny. But maybe the fans can forgive, and maybe Sunday, God forbid, Solari did not qualify for Champions League this season and sit in the round of season. They can call Mourinho to come back and take Madrid where they belong to. Because remember, he has a fantastic job there. He win the La Liga, take the team 3 times in a row in the Champions League semi-final. From there, the following season, Madrid won the Champions League with Carlo Ancelotti. So never rule out coming back to Real Madrid.
Okay. Yeah. Qatar approached Arsene Wenger to coach Qatar for the World Cup.
Yeah, it's a good move. Arsene Wenger is one of the best coaches in world of football, and the way he analyzed the game, if you definitely listen to him, you will know that this guy is something.
But you're talking about, a national team here.
National team, yeah, he has never coached.
Exactly, he has never coached. You're talking about a coach who has never coached a national team.
But he can experience. But sometimes, being sports or other medium invited him, he will analyze all the national teams one by one, be it Spain, be it England, be it Japan, be it France. He will definitely analyze the way they play and the way they win matches. I believe that he's very good in analyze and he's very good in coaching. But when they bring him to Qatar for the first time,
but we've seen Gary Neville very good in analyzing.
And he said, yeah.
And then he was giving a stink, at the local club, even at the Valencia, At the end of the day,
I've been saying, but Gary Neville said that he will never be a manager in his life, but for Wenger, he had been there in Monaco, remember, and he had been in Japan before moving to Monaco. From there, he went to Arsenal. He can develop player, and he knows a lot of players. And he had been in Qatar, always watching the Qatar League. Also, they inviting on the Qatar radio station and TV, having watching their games and analyzing things. But I believe if Qatar brings him to be their national team coach, definitely they will not. It's not a bad choice. It's a good choice, and it's a good decision to take Arsene Wenger. Arsene Wenger will agree and will also find them a very good player. Because remember, Xavi Hernandez also is working with the Qatar Foundation, trying to produce very good players, and they also not ruling out even Xavi Hernandez to coach Qatar. But for going for Arsene Wenger is the right decision. I definitely support that. But whether he will succeed, like you mentioned, because he have never coached any national team,
or whether he will even accept the offer.
Yeah. But the offer is going to be very attractive. We all know Qatar.
A lifetime offer.
A lifetime offer.
Okay.
The oil is there.
Okay. Karim Benzema been targeted by Chelsea.
Yeah.
Any chances of Karim Benzema moving over to London?
Yeah. Karim Benzema have this. You can suit Premier League system, because if you look at the way he's played, he's very good, very strong, very physical with the ball, and he can move, especially in the box. He's a very dangerous player there. But to swap deal with this guy, Alvaro Morata going back to Real Madrid, but Morata said that he's not going back to Real Madrid again. So that will be a big problem. Then if Chelsea have to sign Karim Benzema, maybe Real Madrid consider we want Eden Hazard and put money on Benzema. But currently Benzema is struggling. He's scoring goal, but he's struggling. Definitely, he missing a lot of chance for Real Madrid, and that is also causing for Real Madrid. He have won everything for Real Madrid, and if he moves to Chelsea, it's not a problem, because he won everything that have to win really. He's just playing just to continue having a record for himself at Real Madrid.
Okay, now away from football into gambling, we've seen especially sports betting, even in the Gambia here, a lot of youngsters involve themselves in sports betting, in gambling. We've seen in UK right now, they said a total of 14.4 billion was lost by people betting in UK from April 2017 to March 2018. Some of them, they said they are addicted. It is the worst addiction that, you know, even when they meet in group, they don't discuss about the game itself. What they discuss about is the bets. Even in the Gambia here, you know, we see people, they sit and then they discuss about the bets. You know, I bet on this game, I should have win, they should have scored goal, this and that. But they don't bet, you know, in the game. In the game, yeah. But yeah, it's a global problem, because it's a passion and it's a drug. That's why you mentioned it's addicted to the world because of like you mentioned, for example, Manchester United is playing Tottenham. People are not going to talk about the match. They will say maybe only they are interested in the goals. Goals, yeah, plus one or plus two. Or Manchester United did not score. They say, oh, Manchester United have spoiled my game. They did not score in the first half, or they will go on the plus two. Maybe 2 goals will enter in the first half. For example, if Manchester United and Tottenham play. Maybe Manchester United beat Tottenham 2-1. You will see some people will be shouting, yeah, I get it, because some people will go for goal, both teams will score. So they don't have time for the game. Yeah, they will have the time for their money. So now it's a global problem. They don't even go toward the game itself. They just sit at their home. They just go and, you know, try to see mobile phone. What are the scores. What are the scores? So definitely it's an addiction. So it's a big problem, right? It's a big problem. It's a global problem. And even some clubs even do some dealing in gambling, because especially in the UK, because we know even the Premier League almost 8 because I just can't imagine how a total of 14.4 billion pounds just 1 year should be lost between April 2017 to March 2018. Yeah, it's a global problem and it's a passion, so definitely, unless the authorities say that we are going to stop gambling, and that is going to be a big problem, because we see eight gambling companies sponsoring a Premier League team, the like of West Ham, the like of Watford, Crystal Palace, is all, and West Ham, and you have Southampton. All these teams were sponsored by a betting company. So, and Wolf. So it's going to be very difficult to remove gambling from the football. It's a global thing. Increasing the rate of poverty, you know, because at least the amount of money that you have, gather all. No, for me, it's not going to. Although it's not going to increase poverty. Okay. Because it's a gamble. Money, you pay each other. So it is an investment. Investment. So you invest. Yeah, invest. So, but if you look at the gambling club, they are the one who lost, because 80% go to the funds. They only manage to have only 20%. So it's a vice versa. Today you lose, but 80% the funds won. So 20%. But look at the story. 14.4 billion. It's too much. But some people won more than that amount. If you calculate in a year how many people won. Okay. Yeah, but sometimes if Chelsea lost, or Real Madrid lost, or Barcelona lost, so that's where the bettors get their big monies. Okay, because of betting also in Spain, we've seen police break up tennis match fixing ring involving 28 pros right now, 28 professional players. Tennis is the most corrupt game in world of football. Many world of sports. Yeah, in world of sport. Tennis, a lot of match fixing, especially when you are ranked at number 45 or number 20. Some of the gambler will go and pay you money just to lose. Maybe you play with Rafael Nadal, you play with Djokovic, the top seed, like number 1, number 2, number 3. They will try to pay the other guy just to lose, just to have their money. Tennis is full of corruption. Absolutely. It's a very, very dirty game, because even the other gambling company, they do not allow people to bet tennis, because it's full of tricks. Because according to the police in Spain, they say that the alleged fraud were engaged in bribing professional players in order to profit from the best. Because I was even chatting with one of the CEO of Better Body. He always said that tennis is a very dirty game. They always do match fixing, and some people will just go and select their teams, and they will always win big money. So it's the most corrupt sport in the world. Okay. Yeah. And finally, on Serena Williams, all eyes on Serena Williams, who won the Australian Open. Well, the first round for Serena Williams is a very, very cheap one. It's an easy ride for Serena Williams. But along the way, Serena Williams could play that is world #1, Simona Halep. Simona Halep, yeah. But Serena Williams, since he has a baby, he's come back. He won something, but still now, it's stopping her. But I believe he can still now come back and make a difference. Because remember, he's the old-time
female tennis player, and he can also reach to won his 24th major trophy. But he's an absolutely amazing player and very athletic. But when you have a baby, everything started dropping because something is out from her right now. But that is definitely.
But you don't think he'll be able to, you know, win her major 24th title?
But likely. But currently his finals is very difficult. But you never know. This is tennis because he has been there for years and years. So he's the best female tennis player of all time currently. But remember,
because he has a tough test.
Tough game. You know, world number one currently.
We are world number one currently. And then at the same time,
Mm-hmm.
you know, with Naomi Osaka, who beats her in the final of the US Open.
So check them. It's going to be very tough. Very tough because of right now. She is very weak, but
okay.
You never know. But don't rule him out. I will not rule him out. But maybe the world number one will be the favorite to beat her because currently she's not in a good shape.
Okay, she's not in a good shape.
Yeah, she's not in a good shape.
Okay, thank you very much, Campo, for coming.
Yeah, thank you very much, Sarah, and thank you, wonderful viewer that is watching Star TV right now at this moment. We say thank you very much. Till next week.
Okay, thank you very much, viewers. That's it right here on Star TV. Sarah Camara and Campo saying bye-bye to all of you. Keep on sporting. We'll be back next Thursday. Bye from us.